In this episode, what one habit has helped to improve my personal health, how to build a strong immune system, and is coffee good or bad for you? This is the Dr. Daniel DC Show. What one single habit do I do daily to improve my personal health? Wow, that's really a hard one because I know that for me personally, where I am today, it took me years to be able to achieve the level of discipline that I now have for my personal health. So let me start by saying that it's very important to start small. I remember a time where I made a decision that regardless of what would happen in my day, that I would exercise, no matter what. So before I went to bed, there would have to be some form of exercise that I would do. So if I didn't get to hit the gym and lift weights, or I didn't get to hit the pavement and go for a run, no matter what, I decided that I would do either push-ups, squats, or both. And again, start off small. So if you're somebody who never works out, what I would say is that just do one push-up, right? You don't have to do a series of them. Just tell yourself that no matter what, you're gonna do one push-up every single day, and that's it. So it's pretty easy when you think of it that way. And I like to look at this kind of like, I don't know, if you think of building an elite athlete or building an Olympian. If I were to tell you that tomorrow you had to go work out with an Olympic athlete, you'd probably get scared and you'd likely not even show up. But if I said all you have to do is watch this Olympic athlete work out, you don't have to do anything that they do. All you have to do is watch them. The chances are that you're actually gonna follow through with that because it's much easier. Or writing a book. What if I told you, I need you to write 365 pages of content by, I don't know, next year? By the end of the year. Your mind probably just blew up from that. Now, if I said, all you have to do is write one page every day, just one page, that's all you have to work on. When we break things down up into smaller pieces, it makes it easier for us to actually achieve the results. Now, what do I do personally for my health? Every single day, the things that I think about are moving well, eating well, and thinking well. And for me, that's a simple formula that I try to design my day. Right? So every day I'm working on trying to move better. I'm trying to improve my flexibility. I'm trying to get stronger, to work on resistance training. I'm trying to work on balance and coordination and body mechanics. So that's my moving well formula. As far as eating well, I'm looking at the nutrients that I'm trying to put in my body. So what are healthy things that I can be putting into my body that are going to provide substance for my body? I try to make sure that every day I'm going to eat fruits and vegetables, at least more than I am meats. I'm going to try to make sure that those fruits and vegetables are organic and non-GMO because I know that that's much better for my body. I also try to make sure that I get in my daily multivitamins. And the multivitamins that I take is basically I take one good whole food multi, I take a fish oil, probiotics, and vitamin D. And what I like to tell people is that if you're healthy, that's really the minimum that all you have to work on every day. Now, for the thinking or brain work, I personally journal. And for me, that's actually been my saving grace is that I find that if I journal every day, it's gonna help me to achieve my goals because I'm writing things down and that's very visceral. When we write things down, we're just more likely to make them happen. But right now, I probably would have to say that the most impactful thing that I'm doing right now, today, I'd have to say that it's actually zeroing in on my morning time investment. You see, a lot of times people get up in the morning and if they want to build some kind of ritual or habit, they usually think that that time in the morning is taxing. Meaning you could sleep in more, you're in a hurry, you've got to get things done, you've got to make food for the kids, you've got to, I don't know, pack your bags or read your emails. So we can think of that morning time as very taxing, but for me, I actually look at it as an investment. And when we really zero in on that time in the morning, say the first 60 minutes of your day, and you actually plan out your day, studies show that you're actually going to be more successful in executing your day. You see, the first 20 to 60 minutes in your morning, it's been shown that if we really just plan things out, you're going to reduce stress, improve your relationships, and then improve productivity. A really famous Harvard psychologist once said that you're more likely to act yourself into feeling rather than feeling yourself into acting. And what that means is that you literally have to do as if, right? So you literally have to act first, and then you're gonna get the emotions afterwards. Rather than, there's no way that you're gonna motivate yourself. So you're not gonna say like, oh, I'm gonna go do this. No, you actually just have to do it. Even though you don't want to, you have to do it. And then you'll find that it's gonna become easier and it's gonna really become ingrained into your subconscious, and that's how you're actually gonna make it a habit. So I'd have to say that right now, the one habit that's really working for me when I look at my overall health and how it's impacting my life is literally planning out my day. And I do this at night before. I jot down some things that I wanna get done. And then in the morning, my morning time or me time for the first 20, 30 minutes is to actually review whatever I planned and then decide how I'm gonna execute that. This next question is about immunity. How can I build a strong immune system? I've noticed that I'm starting to get more sick and I'm starting to see a pattern in my kids. What can I do? Here's the reality. If building an immune system was easy, right? If all it took was me giving you a list of things and you just had to check those things off and then you're gonna get a strong immune system, don't you think that everybody would be healthy? Don't you think that your kids would never get sick, right? We wouldn't have disease in our life. You wouldn't have medical doctors. You wouldn't need prescription drugs. Everything would be great, but it's not easy. It's really easy to read something and say, oh, that's cool. It's really easy to pin something, to share something on Facebook that we know that is healthy, right? Or to like it on Instagram. That stuff is easy. It's easy to pop a pill. It's easy to drink potions or to apply lotions to make you feel a certain way, but that's not health. It's fake health. It's really much harder for us to fake health. There's no way that you can do it. Look, I grew up like you did. I ate Pop-Tarts. I was fed gross cereals, Kool-Aid. I thought that drinking Sprite or orange soda with every single meal was normal. And this is how I grew up. I was given antibiotics every time I got sick. I went to the doctor every time I thought I was sick. And yes, I was given drugs. I thought that that's what health was. And I know that you're looking. I know you're looking so hard for it. I know that you're just searching and seeking for that one thing that you can do, right? That's gonna build your health. I know this. I get tons of emails. They're saying, what is the one thing, right? They want the magic bullet. It just does not exist. But Dr. Daniel, what can I do for this? How can I help myself build my immune system? What's that one thing I can do? What do you do, right? There's no such thing. There's no secret sauce here. There's no secret sauce. But can't I just do this? No, you can't. Your immune system needs to be earned. You can't just trick it. Look, you know the difference between a one-night stand and a marriage. They're very different things. The one-night stand stuff is fun, but it's very different from a marriage. The marriage is that one thing that you lock in for the rest of your life. And when that foundation is strong, when you build that up over time, it is unshakable and there is absolutely nothing that will destroy it. The reality is that when you build that marriage, when you build that foundation, amazing things happen, and that is value. That is value that you have to earn. And it's so much very similar to health and your immunity. You can't just one night stand your health. Like I said, you've got to earn it, right? And so you have to play by the rules. There's no tricking or there's no cliff notes to health. The reality is that you just have to put in the time, the sweat equity. You have to learn. So you need the knowledge, the know-how, and then you got to execute. And you execute consistently every single day, and that's how you achieve health. You see, building an immune system is built on a foundation of what I call MET: moving well, eating well, and thinking well. And there's no way around it. And you're going to hear me repeat this over and over and over again and over and over again because there's no way around it. That's what it is. Every day you've got to be moving the way you were designed to move, the way God created you to move, the way your ancestors earned the ability to move. You have to eat the foods that were designed to be eating. You have to nourish your body. You have to put these good foods inside of your body. They're going to build up your house, not break it down. So are you eating based on function or are you eating based on necessity? And with respect to eating, if we're talking about eating and an immune system, you've got to build a healthy gut because your gut is the core foundation for our immune system. It's actually the second nervous system. And in order for your gut to be healthy, you've got to feed it properly. Speaking of feeding, you also have to feed your brain. You have to put the right stuff inside your mind because you got to receive it out here before you receive it over here. So when we talk about feeding the brain, are you cultivating happiness? Are you working on personal discipline? Are you achieving the things that you want in life because you're surrounding yourself with the right kind of people? So you need to feed your brain with the right kind of thoughts. You need to surround yourself with the right kind of people. And then you need to make sure that you're getting rest and recovery. That's how you build an immune system. All right, so this next question asks, is coffee good or bad for you? Now, let me first preface this by saying that I am a coffee drinker, so maybe I'm a little biased. Now, that said, there really isn't a good consensus as to whether coffee is good or bad for you. Again, like most things, it really just depends. One of the largest studies ever done on coffee, which was a meta-analysis, and this is where they take several other studies and they actually analyze all those studies to come to a conclusion. They found that coffee drinkers actually experienced less of a risk risk in terms of cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. Now, it's important to note that there is a big difference between coffee drinkers and then, let's say, like your Starbucks goers, right? So if we're talking about your frappuccinos, your mochas, your lattes, those drinks are very sugary and come loaded with all kinds of garbage. So you've got to be able to differentiate between the source of your coffee. Now, if you're just drinking regular coffee, and yeah, it's fine if you add some sugar and cream because those studies actually showed that it was okay. That said, I wouldn't add tons of sugar or tons of cream, but a little bit is okay. It's not going to hurt you. Coffee is actually loaded with a lot of antioxidants, and that's partly why some of it is a little bit bitter. The problem, I would say, with coffee is when we start adding all the other junk to it. As a drink, coffee can provide a lot of benefits because it has lots of antioxidants. It helps to open up your blood vessels. In fact, that's why they include caffeine in a lot of medications, because it opens blood vessels up and it can help to transport the material to your body faster, or throughout the body faster. Now, what are some bad things about coffee? Well, 1, it's highly acidic. 2, it can make you go to the bathroom, so it can dehydrate you. 3, it's been associated with osteoporosis, probably because of the acidity. So what are some things that you can do to counteract that? Well, me personally, I make sure that I eat lots of vegetables and lots of fruits. I do green teas and green drinks in order to balance out that acidity. And I also have a personal rule. For every 1 cup of coffee that I drink, I'm going to drink 2 cups of water to balance out that loss of water. So in closing, the best answer that I can give you with respect to coffee, use it in moderation. And if it's not really affecting your quality of life, meaning that it's not keeping you up at night, it's not causing panic attacks, it's not causing you to get more anxiety because of the caffeine, then I'm going to say it's fine. It's okay for you to drink some coffee every day. There may be a relationship for longevity associated with it, so that's a good. And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed episode number 3 of the Ask Dr. Daniel DC show. If you have not already subscribed, please click on the subscribe button. I want to grow this program as fast and as big as we can. Please help me get this information out, so share with your friends. If you're not already friends with me on Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/Dr. Daniel DC. You can also ask your questions on Twitter at Ask Dr. Daniel DC. You can use the hashtag Ask Dr. Daniel DC on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I hope you guys enjoyed the information. See you on the next episode.